assignment, which is to talk about a natural resource and how it can be transformed into clothing. Obviously, in the modern day, we have all this clothing that comes from China or God knows where, and we don't know how it got here. But remember, back in the day, people only had the resources available to them in their area to make clothing. And so what you were wearing was very reflective of the geography of your area. So, like with any assignment, the first thing you're going to do is look at the rubric. Now, the rubric is the second slide that's available to you. And the most important part of the rubric is going to be the top part. And if you're having trouble seeing that, what you would want to do is zoom in. Okay. So to get an A, you guys can see, you need to have images. You do need to have an image of your face because I've just been staring at these icons for the past couple weeks and I would like to see what you guys actually look like. So you need to have a picture of yourself, it needs to be clear, school appropriate, and it should not be using a filter that gives you big fake eyelashes or puts a dog face on you or anything like that. You also need to have 3 images that are related to your topic. You are also being graded on your research, so you need to have detailed information about this stuff. So what the clothing is made from, how the clothing is produced, so what natural resource does it come from, and how do you make it into cloth. And then you also need to tell me a part or parts of the world where clothing like this would have been traditionally produced. So you're going to have to do a little bit of research using the internet to do this assignment. You are also being graded on creativity. So an A plus means you included everything I asked you to include, but you also did a really nice job putting it together. So the slides need to look great and just show me that you spent time playing around with these tools I've been trying to teach you how to use. All right, now we're going to imagine, I'm going to zoom back down. We are going to imagine that I chose, let's say, wool. So the first thing you guys need is going to be a title. I'm going to say clothing made from wool. I double clicked on this so I can change the size. I'm going to make the size bigger. I'm going to also change the font. And then I'm going to change probably the fill color. So let's say wool makes me think of things that are gray. So I'm going to use this bucket, choose a fill color. I like gray. Okay. We need an image to introduce the presentation. So remember to add an image, you click on these little mountains up here where it says insert image. And we're going to click search the web. And we're going to search for images. Let's just type in wool and see what comes up. Ah, so many things. I'm going to go with my gray theme and just choose this. So I'm going to click on it. Then I'm going to click insert. And notice it didn't drop it right into that box. It's because it's a text box that I put there. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to click on the image and I'm going to resize it so that it fits right in this box. And people that are better with Google Slides, you don't actually need to use any of these boxes. I'm just putting them there as a suggestion. Now, you also need an image of yourself. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to include an image of myself. I'm going to go back up here to insert image, and I'm going to say camera. Now, this is flattering. Here's our camera option. I'm going to pose. And it takes a picture of me. I'm going to select that picture. I'm going to hit insert. And now I have a picture of myself that I can just drop in there. And because I'm going to click on the text box behind it and delete that, I'm just going to add, because it says clothing made from wool, we have some wool, there's a picture of me, there's still some blank space. So I'm just going to add one more image. I'm going to say search the web, and I'm going to look for wool sweater, or maybe sheep. Sheep. Sheep are cute. Oh, look how cute they are. I don't even know which one to pick. They're all so adorable. I'm gonna go, I guess, with this guy. Look at its face. All right. And then I'm also going to change the background really quickly because it's still white. So I'm going to click background. And let's just make it a darker gray. All right. Now for my next slide, up here it says name of raw material. I'm going to type wool. I'm going to select that, make it much bigger. That's a weird word, huh? Wool. I'm going to change the font type. Here it says Arial. Let's see. Maybe Ultra. I'm going to resize the box. I'm going to change the background for the box. I'm still feeling, to me, the wool is like a very gray feeling. I'm going to keep it gray. We need also some steps about how it's made into cloth. So I'm going to delete where it says include steps. I'm going to highlight it and just hit delete. And I'm going to add bullet points. To add bullet points, you're going to go right up here, bulleted list. All right, first you need a sheep. Then you're going to shear the sheep, which means to remove the wool. Then you are going to card the wool, which means to turn it into like a soft fiber. Then you spin the wool into thread. Then you weave the thread into cloth. Well, I mean, like, you know, a sweater. All right, now, this doesn't quite take up the whole thing, so I'm going to highlight everything. I'm going to make it bigger. And let's look at changing maybe the font. Okay. I'm going to highlight the top because that's kind of our heading, and I'm going to click B. B stands for bold. And I'm going to click U, which is for underline. Now that I've clicked on the shape, you can see I've clicked on it. It's blue. I'm going to fill it with, let's see, maybe this color. Okay. We need an image of the raw material. So I'm going to go back up to our little mountains to insert an image. I'm going to search the web. Spinning wool. Oh, that's kind of, look at all these spinning wheels. I like this lady. I'm going to go with her. And again, it's just going to put the image wherever it wants to. So I'm going to go ahead and resize that. I'm going to delete this. It's just there as a reminder for me of what to put in. Okay, and then we need to show where this comes from. So we need an image. So I'm going to actually open up a new thing. I'm going to say, where did sheep come from? Okay, and it's telling me sheep originated from wild sheep, which include the mouflon, Europe and Western Asia, 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 Asia. And the bighorn sheep were never domesticated for wool. I just happen to know that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to search for a map of Europe and Asia. I'm going to click on images. Oh, and we get Eurasia. That's cool. What if we just say Europe and Asia? Eurasia. Oh, this one's perfect, huh? So I'm going to click on this. And I'm going to copy. And then I'm going to paste this right in to our slides. I'm going to delete this because that was just there to remind me. And then another thing I'm going to do is I'm thinking I want like a picture of a woolen sweater, just to make this a little more clear. So I'm going to say insert image, search the web, and I'm going to say wool sweater. Get a bunch of wool sweaters, huh? This one's cool. I like this. Insert. Cool. And there we have it. I'm going to go back to my rubric. And let's see, we have an image of my face. It's clear, school appropriate, doesn't use a filter. And I do have at least 3 images related to my topic. Now, the information I have is not necessarily detailed. So when you do your assignment, you're going to want to do some more research to give me more information. I did not include that because I did not want to give you anything you could easily copy and just put into your assignment. But you're going to need what the clothing's made from, how it's produced, and then a part or parts of the world where it would have come from, and it needs to look good. This is all the stuff that you guys need. So it could just be 2 slides. If you guys would like to include more slides, of course you can, but that's just basically what I'm looking for. So hopefully this helps. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. Please send me an email and I'll help you out. But this is the basic stuff you need at least to get an A- for this assignment. All right. Ms. Ice, signing out.